Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks, and today we're gonna unbox the Galaxy S5. Oh, not the Galaxy S5, but the Gear Fit. So the Gear Fit will be sold to you in a couple of countries from your operator, including or included in the package of the Galaxy S5. So you might get this thing for free. As a standalone device, it's sold for $200 and I think 200 euros in retail. The prices are dropping pretty fast, I think. So in Germany, there's already a bunch of dealers that are selling this for just over 190 euros. It's a pretty interesting device since it's the first fitness band or smartwatch or whatever you want to call it using a curved AMOLED screen. Since it's a Samsung device, they're making the screens themselves. And yeah, let's get started unboxing. So it comes in this wooden look paper box that you just pop open like this, and that's already it. That's the Galaxy Gear Fit, or it's no longer called Galaxy because it's just the Gear Fit. It's a second generation device running Tizen OS, so there's no Android on there anymore. That's why they are only calling it Gear now, and they've cut out the Galaxy part. But let's put the wristband or smartwatch, I'd like to call this a smartwatch because it's more of a smartwatch for me, to the side for a second and dive deeper into the box. This is the charging adapter. You'll need that to actually charge the Gear Fit because that's where your micro USB port is at. So that actually plugs into these pins back here on the device, and you just snap that on here like pretty much like this. And that's not going to work right now using having the full on there. Let me just put that to the side. I'll show you that in a second. And once you've done that, you just plug in this standard micro USB charger that has a fixed cable right here and a power output of zero point 0.7 amps, but it's only a 210 milliamp hour battery in the Gear Fit itself, so that's probably gonna be enough to charge it pretty quickly. And down here we have the quick start guide. So that just tells you how to set up the device. And the first thing they're actually telling you is to look for Gear Fit Manager on the Samsung Apps Store and download it to actually set up the Gear Fit with your Galaxy S5. Let's put that to the side and let's talk about the Gear Fit itself. So once you've got it out of its box, you have to take off this covering foil right here, which is kind of nastily stuck to the device. It took me quite a while to actually get this off. So there you go. That's the 432 pixel by 128 pixel Super AMOLED curved display. So there you go. That's a pretty nice curved screen. And on the back here, you actually get a pulse sensor. So this thing will also measure your pulse. And these are the pins I was talking about to connect to your charging plug right here. So I'm just going to stick that to the device right now. Just give me a quick look. It just snaps in right there. So there's a tiny hole up here where this holds onto, and there you go. That's the way you're going to charge this. It should last about 2 days on normal usage and heavy usage. So display on time, a lot of display on time and stuff. It will probably last about a day. In my case, I've been using this for a couple of days now, and I've only charged it once, so it will probably last at least 2 to 3 days when you're using this just as a watch. Let's take a quick look around the device, around the rest of the device. So you have this single home button right here. That's the only button on the smartwatch. You have a removable wristband, so you can actually peel this off like this. So you have to drag quite a bit, and out comes this upper part, which is the only actual electronics part. So there's no electronics in the wristband. So that's a change. That's different from the Galaxy Gear series where they had a camera in the wristband. And that's how you put it on your wrist. So basically you just snap these two pins in here and that's it. Yeah, so hardware-wise we have a 432 by 128 pixel Super AMOLED. It's again a curved screen. This thing runs a 180 megahertz ST microelectronics ARM CPU actually with 128 megabytes of flash storage on board. That's where the Tizen is situated at, and it has a 6-axis gyro and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.0, power saving, and it also includes an FM receiver. I don't know if they're actually using this on here because there's no Bluetooth. There's Bluetooth, but there's no headset jack, so I don't know if that's actually able to be used as a radio, as a standalone device right here. So I'm just going to set this up and then I'll be back and give you a quick walkthrough of the Gear Fit from Samsung. So now I've actually set up the Gear Fit right here, and first I have to tell you that I can change the language. So what you're going to see on the screen is always going to be German, and I'll try my best to explain it to you in English. So that's the standard screen that you're going to see when you move the device up to your face. As soon as it recognizes that you move the device in a certain way, it will display this clock face. What I've also done is I've rotated what it's displayed on the screen. So normally it would be displayed in landscape mode, but when you have it on your wrist, that is kind of not the right way to have things displayed. And Samsung has just updated its device, or the Gear Fit, to be able to run in this portrait mode and be more easily readable. You'll get the time on the front right here plus the date down here. There's a bunch of options that I'll show you later for this clock face. And if you move up, you'll get the sporting features, where it also enables you to do different things with it. Up here we have the timer, so that's pretty self-explanatory. You just have the timer, set it and start it running. You have a stopwatch right here, and you have a sleep mode. The sleep mode is pretty interesting. What they're doing is you activate it and it monitors when you're sleeping. So it will tell you, for example, I'm just going to start sleeping right now, and then when it's active, it will actually recognize if you have moved, and it will also display how long you have been sleeping when you deactivate it in the morning, and it will tell you how big the percentage of you sleeping without moving has been. Other than that, we have a step counter in here, so that will just start counting your steps and tell you how far you've went and how many calories you've burned based on your weight, your age, your sex, and a bunch of other parameters. And there's the training mode. So the first one's for running, second's for walking or fast walking, and this is for biking. And they pretty much all work the same. So you have a starts by telling you how to wear it the right way, and then it will start measuring your pulse and a bunch of other features. And as soon as you are starting to move, it will keep you informed if your pulse is going too high or if you're overworking yourself and that kind of stuff. Also, distance is included, and we also have a feature for hiking and a feature that is actually telling you how you have done in the past using one of those modes. Down here we have the pulse measurement, so that's basically the same as on the Galaxy S5 itself. So you just wrap it to your arm, strap it to your wrist, and it will measure your heart rate using this sensor down here. So that's the way that works in this case. Further down, you get back to the clock face, and if you scroll further down, you'll get notifications. Notifications is going to show you stuff from, for example, Gmail or Skype or pretty much any other app that is set up to push notifications to the smartwatch through Bluetooth 4.0 from the Galaxy S5. So you can have Skype notifications, emails, calls, pretty much whatever you want and whichever application you set up. We have a media controller, so this is also Bluetooth connected to your smartphone, and you will be able to skip tracks, manage volume and stuff. So that's a pretty nice feature. So if you have the Galaxy Gear on or the Gear Fit on your arm and leave the phone connected to a stereo and you just walk around, you'll always get to know that there's calls coming in for one, and the other part is that you can just control the music that's playing from your wrist. So that's actually a pretty nice feature. In the settings menu, you can see the Bluetooth connection up here plus the battery power that's left. You can set up the clock, There's a bunch of different watch faces, so that's the standard one, including the date. Then you get a pretty much the time, for example, for London or any other city that you set up. Then you have a version that's including appointments, and you have the step counter model and the weather info, for example, plus this fancy, just pretty much good looking kind of style to just make the watch face look nice. You can set a bunch of different backgrounds. I've set it to just be black, so it doesn't use as much battery when I'm using the device. So this is an AMOLED panel, so you might want to use the black version only, so that keeps all the other pixels deactivated and just only uses those that are really necessary for you. Then you have the Bluetooth setup, and this one right here is for what you want to use the home button for. So if you click it twice, you can set it to do pretty much nothing. That's the first one right here. This is for notifications. Then you have the media controller coming up next to that. That's the step counter. That's this training feature, sleeping, timer, stopwatch. To search for other devices or for the phone itself. So you can also use this to make your phone ring in case you have lost your device or are thinking you have lost your device and want to find it. Or just a quick access to the settings menu right there. Down here we have the profile. So in the profile you'll set if you're a man or woman, that's your birth date right there. My body height, the weight, and if you want the metric system or miles right there. And down here you have another option to reset the device, and in the middle that is the lock screen, so you can actually have to enter a PIN or if you want to use it without. Yeah, so that's just a quick rundown of all the features. That was again the settings menu, and somewhere down here we have a feature called look for the device, and that will actually make the phone ring, as you can hear, and I can also just make it stop that. So that's an easy and quick access feature to find your smartphone in case you're losing it in your couch or wherever. Clicking the button once on the side gets you back to the home screen or the clock screen, and clicking it once more turns it off or on. That's pretty much it. So this has been a quick run through the Gear Fit from Samsung that just came out and is so far only compatible with the new Galaxy S5, but they're working on making it work with other devices too. See ya.